What's up, people? It's Michael Sean. This is Made for the People. On today's show, we're going to find out, do you give a fuck about the coronavirus? Do you actually believe it's real? Do you care about a father's unconditional love? We're going to find out, do you care about strippers falling from the sky? We're going to find out if you give a fuck about winning an Oscar. And we're going to find out, do you really give a fuck about Valentine's Day? All here on Made for the People. So, we made this podcast, and it's simple. Basically, I call a bunch of my friends, Rest Up, Keynote, Rudy Rush, and my girl Leah. Leah don't got a nickname. We need to work on that. Like, call Leah a tall glass of water. No, that's not gonna work. A tall glass of chilled. Okay, we'll work on it. We'll think about it. Made for the people. Made for the people. So, we get the chance to actually say what we're really thinking. Because we now live in a country that even if you really believe what you're saying, you can't say it if it goes against the PC rules. If you offend somebody, you should shut up and take it to the grave. We can't do that. That's not freedom. And to top it off, what are we saying if we get rich? I mean, of course, it's not just about getting rich. Psych. Made for the people. Made for the people. And people, we've made it to episode 2. What? Clap it up. We made it to episode 2.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it? Let me tell you what we're doing today. Today, we're going to talk about the coronavirus. We're going to talk about racist people who might be the president again. We're going to talk about a father's unconditional love, and could you do the same damn thing? We'll talk about the wackest holiday in the history of holidays. That would be Valentine's Day. And we'll talk about, strippers falling from the sky. I think I said that. But before we get into all of that, I must introduce the team. First of all, to my right, this man has made it on both podcasts, which is amazing because somebody's already called out sick. I'm going to let that settle for a second. How the fuck do you call out sick on the second podcast? This man right here has made it for 2 straight podcasts. He's a philosopher. He's a man with many diverse interests. The man goes from hip-hop to kung fu to meditation to all types of things that you wouldn't think he'd be into. He's down with the hip-hop group called the Bodega Boys. Shout to my man Head Crack. Put it together for my man, Kino. Kino, what's good?
America, AOK, USA. What's good, man?
Very Mexican. I like it. Rep your shit. And my man filling it. Now, he had no idea he was going to be on the podcast. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. Rudy Rush called out sick. Now, hey, God bless him. I understand he's got responsibilities. Obviously, this podcast is not in the top of his priorities. Just going to let that sit there for a second. But my man who was supposed to take video, backstage video, and all types of behind the scenes. So we done brought behind the scenes to the front of the scenes. This man does a lot of video work for K104, the station I work for. Give it up for my man, Chuck T.
What's you fucking with the intro already. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's not even on the intro. That's true.
Let's get to it. I'm watching the intro like, damn. But it's okay, though.
It's
all
not
right, though.
He wasn't groomed. He ain't hit the barbershop or nothing. This is hardcore streets. He's in the streets right now.
You know.
All right, so let's get serious. The coronavirus, I don't believe is actually happening.
You don't?
No.
I don't believe it. And
Okay.
I believe it's population control. But it's starting to get me a little shook. Like, I gotta understand, like, I'm starting to get a little shook. Like, whatever propaganda they're spreading, they're doing a good job.
They are.
Hell of a good job.
Now, we didn't believe the bat suit. I still don't believe you catch this shit from eating bat.
Yeah.
And they showed the bat, and then they took that lie off.
Okay.
But when I saw, I'm gonna show you a clip. When I saw this clip is when shit got a little serious right here.
Wow, but you know what? On the strength, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Growing up in the South, they spray for the
Oh
mosquitoes during the summer. You be outside playing, and all them chemicals just spray it.
I don't hear Chuck's mic real quick. All right, go ahead. But they go ahead.
It's the same thing. They come through like Texas and Dallas, and they just during the summer. I don't know. They still do it. I don't know if they still do it.
They would spray like that.
Yes, like that. They have a truck with two things on the side.
Yeah, they just
Spray-
drive up and down the street.
Yeah.
And just spray.
And y'all didn't
the
see
neighborhood.
anything wrong with that. Y'all didn't
Oh
think-
yeah, there's always something wrong with that.
Even as a child, I was like, "Mom, are you sure I should go
Like,
ahead, Mijito?"
They used to fuck up the basketball sessions for sure.
Like no parents ever thought to write somebody about the shit. Okay.
Hey, man, but that's exactly what that looked like.
But what I'm saying with that, if this is a lie, they're going all out to scare the fuck out of us.
Man.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it was a lie, but I think at first it might have been blown out of proportion. But
Yeah.
I think it's starting to catch up to the hype.
Yeah.
But I don't get this. I don't understand. First of all, Didi in the Morning. I work with Didi in the Morning. That's the
Right.
show. That's how I get my check. So I will always promote Didi in the Morning,
Big up Didi.
syndicated morning show throughout the country.
That's right.
That's my check.
Mad market.
Shout to Didi.
Big up, Didi.
But Didi made a good point. Nobody is telling us exactly what this thing does and what happens. Like, they keep saying people keep dying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how are they dying? Like, what is it that it does? Because people keep saying you have flu-like symptoms.
Right.
All right, so what happens? Like, does it shut down your immune system?
I think so. I think it just breaks you completely down because you know when you have the flu, even if you have the flu and you come in contact with something else, you're gonna get sick.
Yeah.
Double that because that's happened to me.
Yeah.
And so I think this just breaks you down even further. And if you look at what they have overseas, not even just about the bats, but do you know what they have like in restaurants and stuff?
What?
Is the bathrooms?
What?
In certain parts of China and Asia, and even in parts of like Eastern Europe, is they just have holes in the ground. Underneath it, they got pigs. And so when you go to use the bathroom, all the pigs rush up.
You got to be.
Oh my
fucking-
God.
Look it up.
That's
dog.
real.
The
Look it
ultimate
up.
leftovers.
Yo, straight up.
That shit is
And
nasty.
then they eat it, and guess what you do? You eat the pig, and everybody knows if you eat pork, like the meat.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
They're not like cows where they got different stomachs that filter. No, the pig, the meat goes.
No. So you're telling me
Yeah.
now have you done this yourself?
Hell no. No.
So you know this from what?
from just reading. Like reading books, but you can
Son
also
of a
look.
bitches talking about reading and shit.
But you can look at. But you can look it up on the YouTubes. It's there.
That is disgusting.
It-
That is,
it's legit.
and that voice that
See?
voice
It's
that
the
you're hearing
producer.
is our producer
Shout out to the
Jason.
man.
What up,
And
man?
Jason is
It's
co-signed.
legit. Look at this. Hold on.
People,
You
oh,
gonna
you
pull
have
it
a
up?
you have a clip?
Look, pig toilet.
Pig toilet.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
joking, man. And then,
It's been going on for a long time.
Type of
Wait a
dry
second.
toilet.
A simple type of dry toilet consisting of an outhouse mounted over
Wow.
a pigsty.
telling you.
I thought a pigsty was just what your room looked like when you were a kid.
You know what I'm
With-
saying?
And connecting the two, the pig consumes the feces and the users of the toilet as well as other food. That is disgusting.
And they still doing that as Mad Gaga. And
Say
they
China, too.
Yeah, China. And see, so you're gonna have okay, and you eating the pigs that
Okay, I get that. I understand that. But wouldn't the simple thing is, wouldn't this be this simple where when the shit broke out, we just say, like Donald Trump has no problem with saying stop Mexicans now.
right?
Wouldn't you think he would just say no more planes? If you're in China, you're fucked. You're stuck.
But here's the problem: we trade with China, and it's one of our major, if not the number one trading partner.
Yeah, that's a good
Everything is made in China.
Everything's made in China.
Everything, including disease. So
This shit's probably made in China right now. I'm sipping this bitch.
Some good tasty
he's
shit.
getting SARS and everything. But yeah, it's the same. That's the problem. It's like they ain't gonna speak up too much and make it sound like they're dirty people.
All right, well, it's not. I'm not saying that would stop the trade. I'm saying, can we stop? Look, they have quarantined damn near
Yeah.
the entire country.
Right.
So if they're quarantining the country, we should be like, okay, well, we're stopping all flights immediately.
You would think.
And then, like, how you diagnosed? They don't even have anything to really diagnose you because if you have flu-like symptoms,
Right.
that means you could have the fucking flu.
You could. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's right because I'm ignorant on the situation, but I don't know if the hospitals now have a way to test. They might have it now, but I know at the beginning they
All right,
didn't.
this is where I call bullshit. This is where I call it.
All right, what's up?
The
Get it,
story in San Diego, where they allowed one person.
Mm-hmm.
There was one woman who they said had it.
Okay.
They actually released her by mistake. This is the truth. Real
See,
talk.
that's how it happens.
But,
Yeah.
but this is the bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
They have quarantined like 20 to 60 million people. They had one person, and you're gonna tell me that they let that person get out by mistake. That don't even sound real.
It doesn't
That's some
sound real,
bullshit.
man.
That don't even say you let this one person. You knew this person had to be in a room by themselves.
Oh yeah, you gotta
They weren't with
quarantine.
anybody else, and you let this person. And the fun. This is where I call the bullshit again.
Okay.
The person is allowed to leave, right, by mistake.
Right.
We haven't caught her. She's not
still
even.
out?
Nah, they
she
didn't
doesn't-
wanna catch her.
No, but think about this. She's not even on the run. She was allowed to leave freely, which means if she was in there, they got her information. They got her
You would
full
think.
fucking name.
Yep.
So she's just out on the loose spreading.
And nobody has brought the story up again. The story was she was released by mistake.
Right.
That's it.
And nobody went to go find her.
And nobody-
they were just like, yeah, okay. it's fine.
But this is
She's
the
just walking
thing that
around.
I'm talking about. So Sally just walked out hypothetically. This bitch is out, right? We got her name. We got her date of birth. We got her social security number. We got every fucking thing. And Sally's still chilling.
And now we got her germs too.
Now we got her.
Jesus.
So now what they're gonna do is nobody's brought the story because
Right,
you know
right.
CNN, MSNBC, Fox, y'all all full of shit. Y'all only give
All
us
of 'em.
y'all give us the news that y'all want to give us.
Scared
and
and shit.
they're scared of shit, and then y'all don't give us no background information.
None.
We ain't heard one thing about people who had Ebola.
That's it.
Remember when that was the craze?
It was in Dallas too.
It was in that we ain't heard nothing about those people just all around hanging out. They back in society. They got 2 Tylenols and a shot, and they all fucking good again.
They good now. Yeah, the
feel
insides
good.
ain't melting no more.
So I'm gonna stay focused.
Yeah.
Where is Sally?
Where is Sally?
Where the fuck is
And you know
Sally?
what's scary is like because this disease, like it don't even matter if you're washing your hands and all that
Yeah.
because it's airborne. So it's not like like the other contaminants and stuff where you can wash up and you're cool. No, that's why they spraying that mist because it lives like 5 days or 4 or 5 days, something like that, outside of the body. So if someone goes and puts their hand on a door or something and they've had it or been in contact with it, that door lives out there. You know what I mean?
Breathe
They
it.
could be
Yeah.
spraying
If it's
that shit,
airborne.
Yeah, you can just breathe it like
Where
that.
do you always hear airborne shit at? In the movies.
Yeah.
Is this so crazy? Like
Well, I mean, we are due. It is the 20s.
It is.
so
We are due for that.
every 20s
Yeah,
for
it's
the
like-
last 4 or 5 centuries.
Yeah, we
have
over
had
100
some
years
sort
due.
of plague.
Like the Spanish flu and all that.
Damn.
Actually, I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah.
said the Spanish flu.
The
What the
Spanish-
fuck
That
is
shit
Spanish?
sound-
In
Yo, that
the
shit took out, like, most of the
1320s.
people.
Was it in Spain?
I think that's where it started.
Well, in the 1320s, we had the bubonic plague.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good
In the
stuff.
1420s, we had the Black Death.
That's right.
And Black Death.
1520s, the Aztec were destroyed by smallpox.
Oh,
1620s, all the Mayflower passengers die from.
Can you go back to the smallpox? What year was the smallpox?
In the
16 or
1520s.
15.
How did the Pilgrims get the smallpox? How did they get
No,
a
no,
hand?
no, Aztec.
The
No,
Aztecs
but didn't they give
from
the
the
blankets?
Spanish? No.
No,
This
that was way later.
No, but
Yeah.
wasn't the smallpox that was in the blankets?
that was later on. That's
That was-
No,
American.
I know it was later on, but they
Yeah.
did get.
Yeah, yeah.
How
Yeah.
did they actually get the fucking smallpox to put in the blanket?
See, here's the thing: people thought it was done on purpose, but it actually. Well, there was a section that did it on purpose, but like the majority of them is just like
It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident because they didn't have the.
So why didn't the Pilgrims get it?
Why did? Because they didn't have the.
So who got? All right. Back to the 20s. Go. We fucking up. Go ahead.
in,
Go ahead.
in the 1720s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we had the Great Plague of Marseille.
Okay.
1820s, cholera epidemic.
Cholera.
Cholera. Thank you.
Cholera. Okay.
And 1920s was the phonomic plague in Los Angeles.
The 1920s was the phonomic plague.
I guess I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm not.
Is it bubonic?
No,
I think that plague had a
PHUENOMIC.
publicist.
That shit.
PHUENOMIC.
So was there anything another 20 after that, or is this us?
No,
is
this
us.
is 100 years later.
Yeah,
we're
we
in
ready.
the 20s.
We
So
prepped and
every
ready.
100
Here we
years
go.
it's gotta happen.
Every 100 years.
Prepped
man.
and ready.
Here we go.
How the
Yeah.
fuck does this happen every 100 years on a dot?
Man.
By mistake, by coincidence.
Dog, I'm saying, well, when you shitting on pigs and then eating the pigs,
True.
You killing China right now. You know that. Right?
it's not even just China.
You're killing
It's
China
not
with
just
the
China.
pig.
like you said at the beginning, man, it's population control, dude.
I
You know what I'm
really,
saying?
I really
Population
think,
control.
and it's
Whether it be by the hand of man or the hand of God. Either
Amen.
way.
Amen.
hey, Jason
Yeah,
done
that
scared
was-
the fuck out of everybody. Go ahead, Jason.
That man
By
just
the
listened
hand
to
of
some shit,
man?
My stomach hurting just
Oh, man.
listening to all that
The
shit.
Elohim.
Yeah, let's say a prayer. No, all right. So listen, there's something not right, y'all.
There's something
but
not right.
I don't have the intellect or the time. I ain't got the time to research this shit.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But there's
you know.
something ain't right.
There's something. I'll dig into it, man. I got a little time.
And like they got the cruise ships, and them people are stuck in the
Stuck on
cruise
that
ship.
hell, yeah.
First of all,
I ain't taking no cruise ever. I ain't doing it.
real
I
quick,
can't be
yeah,
on a
I
bottle of
remember-
water
no,
like that
no,
either.
man.
real quick on that topic. When the fuck are we gonna stop taking cruises? Like, what else has to happen? before we realize that
But the
you are
water's
risking
so
your
pretty.
life.
I love being on the boats and the water and the ocean.
Like, first of all, when are people gonna stop fucking with the Carnival cruises? Like, how many Carnival cruises have to get flooded out? And they show video of
Mad
people.
salmonella.
Like when? Like, did the Titanic not show us anything?
Not a damn thing, evidently.
I heard they're building that thing again.
Yeah,
They're
they
trying
are.
to
And they're
build-
going to send it on the
Sell
same
out
route.
so they can get it right.
And-
Man, that iceberg's out there chilling just like, go
Wait,
ahead.
just
Go
wait.
ahead.
Go ahead, bitch.
Well, I guess
Send it
because of global warming,
Oh yeah.
Ice Cube,
Oh,
the
it's
iceberg.
a little smaller now.
Yeah, it's
a
not the
little
same
smaller.
shit anymore.
It's gonna be like ding when it hits the boat and just keep on
his
going.
eyes.
Yeah.
It goes that. They're gonna hit it on purpose.
Yeah. Watch
Hit
this.
the-
Revenge.
Revenge,
Exactly.
motherfucker. I was just about to say that.
A revenge sailing of the ship.
So we'll see. Look, I'm talking shit. If it gets serious, it gets serious.
Yeah.
Because actually, there's nothing we can do. Because once they say that's what I don't like. Once they say the airborne situation,
Dude,
that's when
when-
they basically have you at their mercy. Because once they do the airborne, there's nothing. We're not gonna walk around with masks, y'all. We're such a bunch of spoiled
Wait,
bastards.
let me ask you this though: if it did hit Dallas, would you walk around with a mask? Or would you?
I'm buying a hazmat
would you
suit.
thug it
What
out?
are you
No,
talking
yeah,
about?
A full body condom.
But when
real.
when the Ebola thing hit, it was downtown from where we work at.
Yeah, it wasn't that
And
far.
none of us gave a fuck because it didn't affect us.
Yeah.
Like we're such spoiled human beings that we're like, until that shit is
Hit
in my
you.
apartment.
Yeah.
Until that shit is
knocking
in
on your door.
Yeah, it's like, hello, who is it?
It's all coughing.
Don't sit on that chair, man. It's got it's got coronavirus.
That
Don't sit on that
motherfucker
chair.
is Corona.
Been waiting on your ass.
We really don't. But look, I pray that it is. Well, I don't know what I pray for
Well,
anymore.
here's the scarier part. Even is it affects household pets too. Like your cat can die from it. Your
Yeah, I saw the
dog.
cats in China got the
That's
mask
right.
on.
So
Oh hell no!
They got the mask
they
on.
do. But and it can spread to people. So it's just like damn.
But it's
Fido
like a
might have
movie.
It
It's
is.
like the-
it's like
the-
outbreak.
Yes.
That's very rare for any type of
Yeah.
disease
For
or
it to go-
virus to be in
To
a
hit the
species.
animals.
But see, here's a scarier thing. I'm gonna lay some more fear on your ass.
What? Fear?
Oh,
fear?
More fear for your ass.
Oh,
Come on
fear.
now.
Let's get the fear.
They're having problems now with like your antibiotics that you take. You know what I'm
What are
saying?
the problems, Keno?
A lot of these like things that we get normally, like the flu or a cold, and these different things that you take for antibiotics for, it's not affecting them anymore because they're starting to get what they call
resistance.
That's right, smart. What they call smart germs.
They got smart
They're
germs.
smart germs. Because
Why
they're like-
am I wearing condoms? Like, why?
You shouldn't.
We're gonna die.
Yeah.
You shouldn't wear condoms. You just go and have a good time.
We should been gone raw dog.
Have a good time. You might get a little pimple. It's all right. It's all good. Just don't pop it.
No, can you imagine somebody trying to critique you? You got herpes and they got corona. Bitch, you got corona.
Yeah, man.
So we might as well go ahead and do this. Cause
Would you judge me?
I'm gonna be a little sore. You gonna be coughing.
I got Valtrex.
Cover your mouth, girl.
Fuck you got. You
At least you
dirt.
got Valtrex.
That shit is crazy.
You know,
I mean, but you
it is.
no, you gotta laugh. You
got to,
because
man.
what can I always have? There's a guy that we work with at the radio station where his name is Cat Daddy. Cat Daddy's answer to everything. Everything is what you gonna do about it.
True.
This is true.
There's absolutely nothing
That you
that
can
we're
do
gonna do that
about
we're gonna do about this
you
right
got
now.
pray. You know.
And the funny, this is another reason why I don't take it seriously, because Donald Trump. Did you hear his statement about it?
No,
He's only made
no,
one
no, no.
statement about it.
Oh, really?
He
What?
literally, I should have sent you the clip. He literally said this. I saw it with my own eyes. He said that this coronavirus is serious, but when things start to warm up in April, I think when things warm up, it'll be gone. He actually is treating it as if it's like the flu season.
Just a fucking.
And he believes. Now listen, the funny thing is, what if this son of a bitch knows something we don't know?
I really.
I was
good.
about to
He
say.
sound
and when
calm
the
as shit.
because he was calm and he was like,
Well, he is a confident man.
Yeah.
He's very fucking confident.
no, it's the one time in my life that I want Donald Trump to be right.
Really, no, you
I
need to
found
be
it.
right.
man.
Did you find it? I
found it.
Well, look, watch the clip. Watch the clip. We're gonna show you the clip of Donald Trump.
I'm just gonna leave the mics live. I got.
Go, yeah, leave the mics live.
Mike's like, let's see this, man.
This is beautiful. Donald
on a second.
Trump.
Now, the virus that we're talking about.
Oh, there's a.
This is live. This is live. Hold up. This is good. This is good.
This is ridiculous.
Will we see it on the video? Will we see it on the screen?
Yeah.
We'll see it. All right.
I'm
So this is
I'm letting
Hold on,
this-
hold on. It's crazy.
I'm letting this nonsense go by.
Hold on.
Not a maid.
Okay, we got to get the.
Having
Here we go.
to do, you know, a lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat, as the heat comes in. Typically, that will go away in April. We're in great shape, though. We have 12 cases, 11 cases, and many of them are in good shape.
people.
He for sure knows some shit we don't know.
He knows something. He is chilling. Let me tell you,
Hell
motherfucker,
yeah.
something. Let me
yeah.
tell y'all something. Y'all gonna hate me, and you can hit me on Instagram at Mike Sean Comedy.
Okay, what's up?
If the shit clears up the way he says it,
Yeah.
I'm voting for
Oh.
him. I'm voting for
Remember
him.
that. Remember that.
Let me tell you
Come
something.
on, hold you to it, dog.
This shit is a pandemic. And he said, hey, we're looking good.
I mean,
He said 11, 12 at best.
It's ill whenever you have a pandemic and the president comes on. He's like, "Yeah, we looking good. We're cool."
Is there any way you can get directly to that clip so we can play it one more time? I need that reassurance one more time.
You need to be.
I need if you can without the take your time. Tell me when you got it so we don't have to do the progressive because I don't want.
But
to
his
do it.
his tan was extra superior.
But he said,
His tan was on perk.
Chuck, listen. Somebody sat him down and said, "Listen, President, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is bullshit.
He
Listen.
has the money to know
He's
whether
in
or
the end.
not.
He's privy to information.
And-
as it were.
I feel.
And he has the direct contact with China. So I'm sure he said he was on the phone with China. China's
right,
like,
right,
yo,
right.
we just, we got a lot of people.
We fucking around.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people got to go. We got like 1.5 billion up in here.
Yeah,
Like,
you know
there's
what I'm
no
saying?
way that we can have it. And the president's like, look, when the weather breaks,
We good.
we're excellent.
We can go surfing.
We're excellent.
You know what I'm saying?
That
Yeah.
clip, let me tell you something. That clip is so priceless simply because that is how he handles everything.
He's like, yeah, we good.
When he got in trouble when he said he was grabbing the pussy.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the same face that he was like,
I got to give it to him. He was like, it was locker room talk,
it was
man.
locker room talk.
Funny.
Who hasn't grabbed the pussy?
He's like, who hasn't? Who hasn't grabbed him?
Like, and I can't stand him. He
Alright, I got
irks
it.
me, and you got it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was waiting for the ad to go away.
Go ahead, put that philosopher on there. Put him on there. Put that fucking philosopher. He's a philosopher, people. This is.
There he is. Look at
Go
him.
ahead. Go ahead. Go
The
ahead.
virus that we're talking about having to do, a lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat, as the heat comes in. Typically, that will go away in April. We're in great shape, though. We have 12 cases, 11 cases, and many of them are in good shape.
That son of a who is the lot of people?
No, but
He
he's
said-
a battle rapper, dude.
No, but he said a lot of people say. Who is the lot? That's like what we say. You know what they say.
Yeah.
Like he just said a lot of people.
And you're the leader of the free world.
Can you name these people?
He didn't even name. He didn't even say the Surgeon General. He didn't say like the King Superior
whatever.
Doctor of the world. He
King
just,
Doctor.
Son of a bitch just said. Listen, a lot of people say around April, this is gonna clear.
That would
up.
have, but that would have been the shit if he came out and said, the King Doctor,
The King Doctor Supreme,
He called me.
the wizard said.
the wizard that does all the sorcery, that gets all the penicillin.
He said we're good.
we golden.
Yep.
That's awesome. That
Dog.
would have been. I would have voted for him if he said
If
that.
this clears up in April,
You're voting.
You gonna vote for him?
I swear on everything.
You're going in.
I'm so tired of trying to fight this motherfucker. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of saying, he's lying. And then he lies and gets away with it to the point where he's broken me down. Like he's broken me. I can't anymore.
You're like, all right, I'm in.
April. Let me put this shit in my phone.
Yeah, make sure you do that. I'm gonna hold you to it, man. Chuck, remember
my-
this, Chuck.
The dates and time.
First
If
thing.
this
I'm
shit
saying-
is cleared, I'm gonna put this shit in my notes. Cause in life, if it's not in your notes, it don't exist.
Oh,
April 1st.
yeah.
I'll give him between April. When's tax? When the taxes due?
15th.
The 15th. I'll give him about the 15th.
By the 15th.
Shit.
15th, he's voting for
Halfway
Trump.
through the month. I mean, that's fair.
Halfway
fair.
through the
Yeah,
month.
that's
If
fair.
it's
That's
not clear by the 15th, but if it's clear, fuck Biden.
Now, what do you mean
Sand-
clear? Like here clear or
No,
clear
here,
there?
because who cares about
About the rest of the world? Yeah, no,
who
that's
cares?
fine.
Have we ever cared? Have we
If
ever
China
cared?
burns to the ground, that's fine. We don't
Listen,
care.
billions of people.
Maybe we could get manufacturing back into the U.S.
Yes!
if-
A
little bit.
That's what this is.
And the
about.
president,
That's what this is about. There's
we
a
have
need so we get
uncovered the
manufacturing.
secret.
because the
Back.
president comes on and said, we got some good news and we got some bad news.
Oh man,
Bad news, China's fucked.
we good though.
Good news, there are plants opening up all over America.
and
lot
it's
of
warm.
jobs.
It's warm out, so we're
It's
good.
warm.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's warm.
shit. All right, let's move on. Let's,
All right. We got another topics.
This one is something we gotta be. All right, guys, we're silly and we know that, but we gotta be responsible on this because
All right.
I want to speak responsibly
I can
on
be an
this.
adult.
And this is basically: do you care about a father's what did I say in the earlier thing?
Undying love.
An undying love, unconditional love.
Unconditional.
Dwayne Wade, I applaud this man.
Right?
His son obviously has come out and now his son wants to be known as the daughter.
Right.
I forget the name that
Zaya?
Zaya.
Zaya.
Okay, she wants to be called Zaya. I want to respect. She wants to be called Zaya. So he actually put a video where Zaya, but he's still the son, but Zaya, he hasn't had to change or anything. Stop it, Keno. Fucking stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some things.
Okay, so just wait.
I'm
Just wait.
Keno
Let's
right
show his son speaking in a very articulate fashion. I thought he expressed himself very well. Let's
Word.
see if we can see the video.
Because they're afraid they will be judged. I would say, don't even think about that. Just be true to yourself. Because are you really even, it's what's the point of being on this earth if you're going to try to be someone you're not? It's like you're not even living as yourself, which is like the dumbest concept to me. It's just be true and don't really care what the stereotypical way of being you is.
Even when people are being mean, and even when people are getting hurt because they're trying to be themselves, and even through that, you still want people to make sure that they live their truth.
Yeah, I think I know it can get tough, definitely. Yeah, but I think you push through and you be the best you, and especially more recently, it's become a more accepting. Even though there's obviously a lot of people out there who still are set more in the back in their days way of mine.
That's now, see, before we jump into this, I got to give Dwayne Wade credit because it has to be tough. Only thing I ask from Dwayne Wade, and I say this, I'm not criticizing Dwayne Wade. All I ask is for parents who are going to go through this or are going through it, I would like Dwayne and Gabrielle, especially Dwayne for the fathers, because we're all guys on here, so we're going to be a little biased, to explain how do you get through the shock of that moment when you realize your son wants to be a girl and wants you to address him as she. It's got to be a shock, because all of us here, you have two sons.
I have two sons.
I have 3 daughters. No kids, Chuck?
No kids.
No kids. All right, but
I'm with you, Chuck.
the ideal situation, not the ideal, the situation that we are accustomed to is that you have a son.
Right.
The son, your thing is I want my son to be like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how do you, now you're realizing, it's got to be all the fucked up things that go
Oh,
through your head.
man.
Did I do something? Did I not show you enough attention or whatever? Because that would be shocking.
It'd be shocking as hell. And like you said, I have two sons.
Yeah.
And
So if one of your sons
Right.
at 12 says, you mind saying one of your sons' names?
yeah, Stone. Let's say Stone, my
So-
oldest. Stone Rakim.
See, that's a
OG.
generic name, so that's that can go for a guy or a girl.
I guess it could.
Let's say he wants to say Stoney. I don't
Stoney,
know.
okay. You
All
call him Stoney.
Stoney.
Yeah.
And he says, Dad, I want to be recognized as a girl, and everything I do, I want to be I need you to treat me as your daughter. I don't want to be treated as your son. And Keynote says,
I'm gonna treat you how I've always treated you, but we're not gonna make that a permanent decision until your frontal lobes even developed yet, because you're only 12. You ain't even been through puberty yet to know
Right.
exactly what you might be confused about some things, and that's fine. Whatever you want to do. I personally don't care, even with my own kids.
Right,
Hey
right,
man,
right.
live your life, whatever. But as a parent, I'm going to parent and guide. I'm not gonna be like, okay, that's what you want to be, okay. No, man, I'm gonna
Right.
talk to you and be and it's gonna be a long process. Love you just the same. Anybody messes with you, I'm beating their ass, all
Right.
that good stuff. But I'm still gonna parent, and there's a difference between supporting and celebrating. I'm not gonna celebrate it. I'm gonna support you, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, look, everybody. That's called virtue signaling. When you get online, and you're like, look what I'm doing. I'm progressive. And so everybody's like, yay. And then you can get mad at the people who don't agree with you. Called
Right.
virtue signaling. You don't gotta do all that. Just support them. And to me personally, that's some very private things. And that's good if they want to come out and speak up to help other kids going through the same situation.
that's interesting.
But you need to guide them, and because, dude, your frontal lobe where your decision making is done is not even developed till 24, 25. And at 12, it just ain't happening. You ain't got all your hormones yet. You're gonna be confused. There's some kids I knew that were mad feminine when they were younger. Now they all not
Buffy,
like
Buffy,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and vice versa. I knew dudes who was mad football and all this, but now they got boyfriends and stuff. So you got to guide the kid. I just don't think it's the one thing I just don't think it's right just to jump in and be like, cool. No, man,
I agree and disagree, because I agreed fully with you, and then I started thinking, when I was
Because I could be wrong.
No.
I'm just
I
saying.
don't think there's a wrong or a right. I think what has to be done is there has to be an understanding that I'm not wrong or right, you're not wrong or right, but your choice is your choice, and it's not for me to get you to say you should suppress that.
No.
If I don't agree, I don't agree, but my decision shouldn't affect your life.
No,
Right,
but I'm
right.
saying, but as a father, you got like you give them the paintbrush to paint their own painting for their life.
Right.
Like you giving them the tools to create whatever they want to create in their life, and that's what I would do. I wouldn't just, and that's with anything serious like that, to where you want to cut your joint off and be called a girl. I'm gonna be like, yo, let's not just be like, okay, if that's your truth. Nah, man, like, yo, there's some other things we need to talk about, and as you develop, if you feel the same, I'm with you.
So, Chuck, no
What's up?
kids.
No kids.
It's an interesting aspect for you. I need to know your view on this because you have no kids. You're just looking for it. This is for future kids.
Well, I'm thinking of
Hope
this.
God bless.
I'm thinking this. I'm piggybacking off of what he said. Basically, the absence of a father, I think, took place in that. And I'm not saying D Wade is not a good father, but
know
I'm
what you're
saying
saying.
82 games. You playing 82 games. It's
Practices.
Damn.
You're barely at the crib, and I'm not saying that most celebrities don't raise their kids, but at the same time, you have maybe a nanny or the mother stepping in and saying, "Oh, yeah, go rock that purse," or yeah, you can cry.
They think
you
it's
know,
cute.
cry about the small things and stuff like that. But the absence of a father takes place a lot. Now, me, I had an older brother. You know what I'm saying? So I did a lot of watching him. You know what I'm saying? So
Word.
my father wasn't really in my life, but that didn't persuade me to actually want to.
Well, he's got brothers.
Yeah, so
Young boy's got brothers. He's got brothers.
I mean, the decision he made at a young, I don't agree with it. Just like he said, Keynote, man, like stuff don't develop till a little later.
And it's okay to be like, all right, this is how you feeling. Cool. I'm not gonna make you feel bad. I'm not gonna put you down. I'm not gonna support anybody harming you, anything of that nature. And I'm not gonna condemn you. But at the same time, as a father, I'm going to be a father and guide you and be like, hey, man, when you get a little bit older, then we'll make some more permanent decisions. This is what me and your mother named you. I understand this is what you want to be called, but this is how I feel about it too. Since you came to me and you were brave enough to come to me and tell me these things.
So what are you gonna do when he dresses up like a girl?
I'm just, if out the crib, we ain't going out the crib like that until you are a little bit older to know that this is exactly what it is as a parent. Because as a 12-year-old, if
you're
my
able
kid
to
came
deal
out,
with it, yeah.
So what do you?
yeah, because
so
you're not mature enough to deal with all the crap.
if
you
he
go
wants to
through.
wear eyeliner or something, you're not letting him go out the house.
Nah, man, I ain't doing that. I'm sorry, dude. Some people. Be
No, you want
mad.
to? No, I'm just.
his platform is a little bigger
There's
too.
plenty of guys who wear eyeliner. I mean,
Oh well,
honestly,
let's take it further. Who wants to put the full makeup on?
really is.
Like I took it easy with the eyeliner because I already knew Keynote had this motherfucker locked up in the house.
Oh yeah, he get back in there, man, smacking his mom around.
That motherfucker saw us. He saw us and do a cartwheel. Like, bitch, in the house.
He said, we're not going out.
Ain't gonna be no cartwheels.
Calling your son a bitch, too. He's a bitch. Get in the house.
No, okay. In all seriousness,
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think there's a right or wrong.
Nah, it's.
But I will say this: at 12,
It's
I knew at 12 that I liked girls.
of course.
And if somebody would have told me, I'm just saying, if somebody would have told me at 12, you can't decide that you like girls, you gotta wait until you have fully developed, I would have been like, well, what are you talking
But
about?
here's the
I
difference,
know.
though. Here's the difference, though. And see, at 12, I don't know if you were, but you're not running around. I like girls. I'm running around banging them. You know, you're not partaking in that
No, but
activity.
I'm attracted. I'm trying to
And that's
holler.
fine. No,
Yeah.
that's fine if he's 12 and he's attracted to dudes, because that's not necessarily the whole case with a lot of people who are transitional. It's ill. They don't necessarily want the same sex. It's a whole nother thing. But if he does like the same sex, if he does like dudes, I'm like, okay, cool. But the whole transitional thing, that's a different,
Okay, well let me
you know what I'm
let me
saying?
give you this hypothetical. You do that with him, and he follows your rules. He has a bitterness because he has to.
Yeah, that's
No,
what's gonna
no,
happen.
no,
That's
I
truly
know.
what's gonna happen.
And then he turns 20,
Right.
and he says, "I told you," and I had to do this for you because you didn't understand.
Right.
So now you have a divide because this. I'm not saying you're wrong, Kino. Anyway,
no,
because
I know what you're
and I'm saying now his thing is, it was your insecurity that made me have to suppress all this simply because you couldn't deal.
But here's
with
the
it.
difference. I'm not gonna have you suppress other than just respect. This is my household. Just like anything else. If he wants to dress like a cholo or something, like a gang member, and he's 12, and be like, you don't even know what that's about.
Right.
And like, cause some stupid crap I was doing when I was 12, trying to be a hard run around with some knuckleheads who was way older than me. My dad was like, "You don't even know what you're getting into." Now, if he hadn't have done that, I wouldn't be here. So it's just little things like that where you get older and his mind might change. And also, he could say that, yeah, your insecurities. I'll be like, you could say that all you want. That's cool if that's what you think. But I was also protecting you because you might have a change of heart later on in life, because people do. And you're at 12. You're not in charge of the household, man. Like, this is we're your parents. I think a lot of people have gotten away from being a parent. That doesn't necessarily mean putting your fist down or telling them no about everything, but you're supposed to guide them and be confident
But
in your decisions.
but you're okay with guiding him in what you're comfortable in. You're okay with him being
If
the
he's-
boy that you're comfortable
It's
with.
different, bro. If he comes and he's like, "Yo, I like dudes and I'm feeling like attracted to dudes. We're gonna talk about it. And if that's what he ends up being, cool. Love you just the same. Ain't got nothing to do with me personally.
But if he ties his shirt up at 12,
no, there's a difference. Okay, if you want to try to get your joint
if
cut
he-
off,
No, he's not getting. He's not
But
getting.
he's
the-
talking about being trans, dude.
No,
That's
he's
coming.
talking about.
See?
I
And a
think
lot of times, real quick,
he
a lot of
is
times-
going to that.
what-
Yeah.
what's-
I don't even think he can do it at that age. I don't think it's legal
No,
that he
but,
can do it.
dude, check it out. A lot
It's
of
the
kids,
perfect age, actually. Medically speaking, this is the time where they recommend
They
as far
start-
as
Oh,
medically,
because it would probably
that they
be
can
less.
change the hormones and start feeding them
Like,
different hormones.
I don't
to
know.
Once
push
again,
them
before
in
we
that direction.
continue, that
That's
is
true.
Jason, the producer. You don't see him, but you hear him.
That's
That
not
is
God.
that is the voice of made of the people God,
Human
right there, made for the
beings.
people God. So that is a perfect time. Continue, Kino.
But yeah, like he was saying with the hormones and stuff, they're trying to figure out if that should be cool too, because it affects them. It can cause cancers and cause all kinds of mental issues. I don't know if you know familiar with that I Am Jazz show,
Right.
Where the boy transitioned to a female. Now he's a little bit older, having all kinds of issues. Got his joint cut off and everything.
Right.
Now check it out. When he was little and she was little, they were giving her a whole bunch of hormones. I think about 12, about the same age. So when she went to get her sexual reassignment, where they cut her joint off, and they were trying to make a vagina for her or him, they didn't have enough skin because he didn't develop right, because they were giving him all those hormones. So it caused all kind of, now she's having all kinds of medical issues because of the hormones,
Right.
and also having a lot of breakdowns and mental issues because of the hormones. So there's a lot of stuff that they're doing that's like, you're doing permanent things to things that are not permanent yet.
And I feel what you're saying on what you said, Kino, from the beginning. I think it's a teaching, a guidance thing with a parent where you let them understand.
Not
these kind of
condemning.
not condemning,
Not
but
condemning.
letting them know that these choices that you make in your life have consequences.
Major consequences.
And sometimes you cannot go back. So know for sure, especially with something on this level, know for sure that's
I think
where you want
the
to go.
actual
yeah.
the actual surgery and the transition. That's a different.
Yeah, that's a whole.
That's a whole, because we can get into the medical situation. I mean, people used to die when they got their tonsils taken out. So, and then it took years before they actually mastered it and everything like that. But my thing is, if you're gonna stop them, and I don't know what I would do.
It's a foundation.
Like
to
I
it,
tell
man.
you, I don't
Yeah.
know, because I know in my family people grew up in the same exact household. One guy, I'll say it was a flaming heterosexual, and I loved him. He was my uncle. And one guy was a flaming heterosexual. He was my other uncle. And they grew up in the same exact
I have the same situation.
household.
Yeah.
So I believe now, this is the problem. This is where it gets messed up. It gets messed up because we got too many people right now who are dabbling in both just because they feel like fucking everybody. I can't put it any other way.
That's real, man.
And what happens is you got too many people who are using it as a fetish, and then they back off and go, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that anymore. And then what happens is kind of messes it up for everybody who goes, no, this is who I am.
Damn, as a person.
Yeah.
I'm this. And
See, that's another thing that like kind of irritates me. It's like whenever it's almost insulting to the people who really are that, like you said, that's them.
Yeah.
If you just being flagrant with it, because they go through so much crap because they might be gay or transitional or lesbian, whatever the case may be, go through so much hell for it when somebody else out here just I sucked off my homeboy this weekend. I ain't really into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
it gets kind of, it gets,
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be in the situation that my parents were in. And we're getting to that situation where we really truly don't understand, because my kids, my twins are 13.
Right.
My oldest is 16.
Yeah.
That's why she just a happy birthday.
Yeah,
too.
she just
Happy
had a
birthday,
sweet
happy
16.
birthday.
We're watching a movie. We're watching this movie, and a super gay situation happens, a love scene. My first reaction,
Super gay.
super gay, super gay.
Super gay.
And that's bad. You shouldn't even say super gay.
I know what you're saying though.
So, but it was intense. And my thing was, we're going to skip. And my daughter's like, Dad, what are you doing? And I said, no, we you know, I don't want anybody feeling uncomfortable,
Man,
right? And they were like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
I said, fuck.
No, but that's real because that's real.
I said,
dude.
I just overreacted like a fucking.
Thinking they was gonna be tripping.
And they were like this, they were like that. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, okay. And maybe I am the only one who feels uncomfortable that these two. But now I realize what our parents were
Parents
going
went
through
through.
when they couldn't relate to the shit that we're doing. And honestly, I said this a long time ago. I said this on stage a long time ago. I said, there's gonna be a day when we are gonna, as flaming heterosexuals, are gonna be sitting in an area. We're gonna go, yo, you see that girl? She got a fat ass. And somebody's gonna go, you like girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna feel the opposite reaction.
Awkward.
All right, we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. So
okay. I was about to ask you a question. Go ahead.
ask the question.
No, because it'll
Yeah,
go.
that's a good.
It'll go.
go ahead, ask the question.
I was gonna say, do you think that's population control too?
A lot of people
Being
do.
promoted?
I think-
Because
I think-
I'm not talking about the people who are naturally born that way. Who feel
No, no,
that
no,
way.
I think-
I'm talking about
Yeah.
the culture that's
I-
like,
I-
hey,
Everything's on TV now too.
I think there is a strong promotion that has been aimed, I think, at minorities, especially hip hop. And I think they knew if you could target hip hop,
Gonna
the
get the
most
youth.
masculine,
Yeah.
male-dominated, male-driven form of music, if you could tap into that, you could really change the game.
yes.
And you're right. This goes into we'll just go with it.
See, I'm just
With the population of people in jail of our race, Hispanic and Black, who have dabbled, who have done long bids, you got, let's put all of us in jail. And sometimes that opens up a whole different can of worms when they come back out and they're like,
both figuratively and literally
real fucking
different
talk.
worms.
Trying to adapt.
So I've heard that before, that it could be population control. I've heard a lot of things, and I'm not
Right.
smart enough or intellectually like sharp enough to actually say they're wrong or say they're right. It's possible.
I saw this was
It's
asking.
100% possible. We're going to talk about Michael Bloomberg, but we're not going to talk about he's one of the racists. He had one of the racist policies in New York City history where it was stop and frisk, was basically they
Just
could
stop
stop
you.
and frisk you whenever they fucking wanted to in America. I lived in New York when this was going on. It was one of the most amazing, disturbing things that I've ever seen in my life. He actually said that he made the comment that the problem in America right now is that white people get stopped too often, minorities get stopped not enough. He actually said,
about to say.
he said the reason we have more cops in the inner city is because that's where all the crime happens. That's where all the drugs were sent by the government. But anyway, and they didn't send it to the suburbs. And he said the suspects that they're looking for, you could make a Xerox copy of one and just use it for everybody because it's the same suspect all the time.
You know, and I remember because I would visit New York quite a bit back when all that was going on, and I remember seeing an article in the paper. You see the papers everywhere, and there was a picture of a dude dressed like it was a hip hop head. Looked
Right.
like a hip hopper, and there was like, "Is this the new criminal?" And I was like, "Yo!" And they were
Yeah.
talking about the stop and frisk thing.
Yes.
and I was like, "You can't just say this is what the
Now,
criminal looks
the
like."
irony of all that is that there are politicians in Washington, I think it was either a mayor or whoever she is, she's already backing him because she's like, well, he has programs for affordable housing and he has programs to get us between, the main ages was 16 to 25. And she's like, well, now 16 to 25, he's trying to get programs to get them to college. Yes, but he still thinks those people are the same suspects.
True.
He still thinks those people are the same fucking suspects. This is the problem with the whole fucking government.
Affordable housing.
The people that we have to pick from are guys like Joe Biden, who's riding over that Barack Obama shit.
Kissing little girls.
And stop it, because you're a disgusting pedophile.
Smelling their hair. Like, what are you doing?
You were part of the whole lock everybody down,
What?
the mass incarceration.
Right.
Hillary Clinton was part of that shit too. Bill Clinton was
Yeah.
part of that shit
Real
too.
bad. 3
And
strikes.
these are the people that we're supposed to just go gun-ho for because Donald Trump is a racist.
No choices, man. You don't have any
Donald
choices.
didn't put millions of people in jail.
What's ironic is like things have been working out better, even though his dividing of the country.
No,
and
he's a
stuff.
horrible person because he knew how to get elected. Hit that red button called racism.
Yep.
You know
And
what
when
I'm
you hit
saying?
that red
Right.
button, you will be able to get people to feel like they've been held down, and that Make America Great Again. We knew what that shit was. It was the perfect propaganda. It was the perfect promotion because white people who felt like their voices weren't heard were like, fuck it. These niggas have held us down too long.
There we go.
And I hate to say it, you opened up that can of worms, and we didn't know how fierce it was actually going to be. They don't want common sense. They just don't want Barack ever to happen again.
Again.
All right.
All right. There we go. I'm sorry I asked that question. I had to ask the question.
You
and
just
it led
made
to a
me
whole bunch of
rant.
things. Okay.
Valentine's Day, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck Valentine's Day. I don't give a fuck. It's the biggest, another.
It's just an extra bill.
It's just an extra bill. People, he doesn't love you more because he gives you a Valentine's gift.
Yeah.
And he doesn't love you less if he doesn't give you a Valentine's gift. It doesn't change a fucking thing.
Not a damn thing.
He either loves you or he doesn't. He can give you the greatest box of jewelry in the world and be knocking off your best friend. I promise
It
you.
happened. Actually, that's probably why he's giving you a big box of jewelry.
Understand that.
Because he's hitting that other box.
Because if the man is secure, real talk, if the man's secure, he's like, babe, we can go out to dinner and just call it a night.
Catch a movie. That's it.
Last thing, because we have 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I really want to touch on this and tell me if you guys agree or disagree. The Oscars were on. I don't care about the Oscars.
I don't care either.
I've never cared about it.
Me, that's fine.
I did not care that Spike Lee, who should have won the Oscar for Do the Right Thing, and he lost to Forrest Gump. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Because I got to see the movie, and Spike Lee's made a great career. I don't understand why these artists beg and beg and beg to be acknowledged by some people who don't want to acknowledge you.
Yep.
It's a little club, man. And if you ain't in the club, you know, it just ain't happening for you, man. So,
If you're telling me let's force movie studios to actually put these movies out, I'm for it. If you want to go at their necks because we want our movies put out, I'm for it. I get that. But to ask for a fucking trophy for somebody who does not fuck with you is like asking to be invited to somebody's house who hates your fucking guts. And you're like, because everybody else is there, I want to be up in the building. It's embarrassing that you guys sit there and Joaquin Phoenix, love him.
Yeah.
I loved his statement. What he said was absolutely true. But why do we need another white guy to go up there and beg for us? Fuck them.
Yeah.
Like nobody. This is what I like about white people. Ain't no white person upset that he didn't get nominated for a BET award.
No, you're not going to hear that.
He's not begging. If you don't want to acknowledge me, don't acknowledge me and stop putting R&B artists and rappers in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Fuck you. We don't need it.
Yeah, no, you summed it up. I mean, it's like inviting somebody, you going over somebody's house, you know they fucking hate you. So why were you begging? Why don't you let me in too, man?
Please.
Everybody else is in here.
Yeah,
Please
can't I
give
be
us
in
an
here?
award. Please acknowledge us. Please. Dog, your popularity right now. You don't need the Oscars to verify anything or certify anything for you. This phone is certifying and verifying people. They're showing. The Kardashians don't need an Oscar.
No.
And they don't care about an Oscar.
Don't give a damn.
But we keep like, it just annoys the shit out of me. And people are like applauding. Oh yeah, we need to be inclusive.
But here's the problem: is they don't have an independent mind state. A lot of people who don't have an independent mind state, they're very concerned about getting that trophy. They're very concerned about being acknowledged by their peers, not realizing that that's not necessarily should be your end goal. If your art's dope, it's gonna be dope whether or not 1 million people see it or 100 people see it. If you're a true artist, but if you in it for acknowledgement, money, and these other things, then yeah, you're gonna be let down, and that's a sheepish mentality.
That's a cheapest mentality. And the thing is, we make fun of Tyler Perry, and we've made fun of him. And I've been one of the people who's made fun of Tyler Perry.
Yeah,
But
I
the
have.
motherfucker has said, "I'm making a studio. I'm making my movies. If you want to make the movies here, you're more than welcome to make them here."
Come on down.
I don't understand why are we still begging to do it? Why I don't.
And to be real, like outside of the industry, unless you're an actor or actress, a lot of people don't really care about the Oscars, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm a movie nerd. Mexican in the movie, shout out to that. I'm a movie nerd, but I could
the
give
ratings show it.
Damn.
The ratings show it was
Yeah.
a 26% drop in the ratings.
If that was another show, it wouldn't be on. They would be like, cut it. But since it's part of the industry and it's their little clubhouse, they're gonna keep going up there and congratulating themselves. And
They just shove it in your face too.
Yeah,
Like
they-
all the people
shout
who
out to
don't care,
Eminem,
they
too,
just shove it
before.
out.
yeah, Eminem.
Eminem's Lose Yourself. That was a good
Yeah,
point.
No, shout out to M.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, if you perform on it and you want to, you know, M has an album out.
Yeah.
That was a good.
I'm
strategic
performing
move.
on there too.
Hell yeah.
If I can use you, I'm going to use you. I'm just not going to beg you for the shit. If I'm not telling you if they nominate Made for the People, we at the bitch.
Oh hell yeah.
We there in the audience.
But that's the difference. It's
But
like we're not gonna be begging.
We're not going to beg you to put us on.
because they do have podcast awards.
Yeah, we'll get one of those too. All right, listen, we got to wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who supports us. It's Made for the People. The YouTube channel is Made for the People. Every week we will be
Every
consistent. Now, who's going to be part of the panel? Don't know.
Next week I'm gonna be out of town. I
Oh,
don't
he
have
done
it.
already put his. I don't. Son of a bitch already called out sick.
Next week, no, I'm gonna be out of town.
No, for real. You're
Shout
gonna be
out-
in Vegas.
Yes, shout out to Trav Vibe, Bodega Brothers, all that good stuff. We're gonna be out there. But that's why I'm not gonna be here. I don't have a disease from China or anything. I'm
Damn.
not gonna be here.
All right. Our money only paid for the studio for this amount of time, so we
let's
gotta
go.
get the fuck
Shout
out.
out to Tay. What up, man?
Listen, I will end it like this. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that shit.
Not really.
And understand the only thing in life that is guaranteed, which we found out with Kobe, the only thing that's guaranteed in life is that it will end.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy every minute, every second. Never let somebody steal your happiness. It belongs to you, so fight for it. It's made for the people, y'all. We out.
Yeah.